In this podcast episode, Arthur Brooks, a Harvard professor and author, joins Codie Sanchez to discuss his extensive work on happiness and love, which he believes are essential for living a fulfilling life. Brooks has an impressive background, having written a book with Oprah, being friends with the Dalai Lama, and running a think tank. Brooks begins by discussing a speech he gave to a group of politicians and world leaders, emphasizing that love is the currency of life and the key to happiness. He explains that harboring hatred for others' views only leads to misery and that contempt towards others diminishes one's own happiness. He warns against the prevalence of dark triad personalities, narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy, and how they can negatively impact individuals and society. The conversation shifts to the decline in happiness in the U.S. over the years, attributing it to factors like social media, loneliness, and political polarization. Brooks stresses the importance of returning warm-heartedness in the face of hatred and contempt, as it can lead to personal growth and increased happiness. He encourages individuals to be missionaries of love and light in a world filled with darkness and division. Brooks delves into the 4 pillars of happiness: faith, family, friends, and work. He explains that faith is not limited to religious beliefs, but encompasses a philosophy of life that provides transcendence and perspective. Family, friends, and meaningful work are also crucial components of a happy life, contributing to enjoyment, satisfaction, and meaning. The host praises Brooks for his ability to blend studies and science with storytelling, making complex concepts accessible and engaging. They discuss the power of studies in understanding happiness and the importance of emotional self-management. Brooks shares insights from his book, Love Your Enemies, which explores the practices and habits of the happiest people, focusing on faith, family, friends, and work as key elements of a fulfilling life. Brooks explains that as a kin-based species, humans have neurophysiological ways to identify their kin and take pleasure in their company. However, in today's society, many people, especially hardworking individuals, tend to prioritize work and career over nurturing real friendships. He warns against surrounding oneself with only deal friends who are useful for career advancement, emphasizing the importance of having real friends who provide emotional support and companionship. Brooks also touches on the concept of happiness and how individuals can increase their happiness levels. He mentions the importance of gratitude and maintaining a positive outlook on life. By focusing on the things to be grateful for and adopting a hopeful mindset, individuals can significantly improve their overall happiness levels. He stresses the significance of knowledge about the science of happiness and how it can be a powerful tool in achieving greater well-being. The conversation shifts towards the differences in happiness levels between men and women. Brooks explains that historically, women were often happier than men, but in recent years, there has been a convergence, with women becoming unhappier and approaching the same levels of unhappiness as men. He attributes this shift to various factors, such as changing societal norms, decreased family formation, and diverging political ideologies between men and women. He also mentions the impact of social media and activism culture on women's happiness, leading to increased social comparison and loneliness. One interesting point Brooks raises is the distinction between hope and optimism. He explains that optimism is a prediction about the future, while hope is an active virtue that empowers individuals to take action despite uncertainties. He uses the example of Admiral James Stockdale, who maintained hope during his time as a prisoner of war, emphasizing the importance of focusing on what one can do in the present moment rather than solely relying on optimistic predictions. Brooks also discusses the concept of homophily, which refers to the tendency for individuals to seek out relationships with those who are similar to them. He highlights the pitfalls of seeking sameness in relationships, as it can lead to a lack of diversity and attraction. He suggests that true compatibility comes from finding someone who complements rather than mimics oneself, emphasizing the importance of seeking out partners who bring different perspectives and qualities to the relationship. Brooks shares his personal experience of being in a complementary relationship with his husband, who has different values and priorities than him. He also talks about the need for tolerance towards those who are different from us, as it can lead to more fulfilling relationships. The conversation then shifts to Brooks' interactions with prominent figures like the Dalai Lama and Oprah Winfrey. He shares how these experiences have taught him to treat everyone with respect and empathy, regardless of their status or background. He emphasizes the importance of listening and being open to others, as it can lead to deeper connections and understanding. Brooks also discusses the concept of the second curve, which refers to finding a new identity or purpose after the first stage of one's career or life. He talks about facing his own fears of losing his mental faculties due to a family history of early-onset dementia. He emphasizes the importance of leaning into one's fears and vulnerabilities, as it can lead to a deeper appreciation for life and a sense of purpose.